There was a secret grove in the land of Caucasus where a unique treasure was hidden, the golden fleece. He who owned it would become a powerful king. Many courageous heroes had tried to steal it. All had failed. In another town, Iolcos, King Pelias had usurped the throne that was rightfully Jason's. However, the hero was determined to reclaim it. To achieve this, he had to accomplish a dangerous task as ordered by his uncle. He had to retrieve the golden fleece. Jason knew that in order to carry out this feat, he needed a sturdy ship and a brave crew. His quest to find them took him all over Greece. The journey would be full of hardships, but a lot of men agreed to follow him. Jason also went in search of Orpheus, whose music could enchant men, animals, even inanimate objects, and asked him to accompany him on the journey. Meanwhile, Argos built a huge ship and proudly presented it to Jason. Affixed to the prow is a piece of speaking timber from a sacred oak tree. "It will guide you through all the dangerous crossings," said Argos. The ship was given the name Argo, and the 50 heroes forming its crew were the Argonauts. At last, Jason and his crew sailed for Caucasus. However, only a few days later, they found themselves in front of gigantic rock cliffs that clashed against each other. They were called Symplegades, that is, clashing rocks. Then, Jason released a dove. It flew between the rocks, made it through, and Argo followed it. The Argonauts managed to escape the trap and survive unscathed. After a long and arduous journey, the Argonauts arrived in Caucasus, where the golden fleece was kept. Jason went to the palace and presented himself King Eets and his beautiful daughter, Medea, a very powerful sorceress. It so happened that the king did not wish to give Jason the golden fleece, so, to buy time, he asked him to fulfill some very difficult challenges. First, you must tame and yoke 2 fire-breathing bulls that burn everything in their wake, the king said to Jason. "I'm ready," exclaimed Jason and returned to Argo. He woke up abruptly in the middle of the night, as he sensed that someone was approaching. "Who are you?" "I'm Medea, the king's daughter. I can help you." Jason recalled the way he was looking at him, her eyes filled with love, while he was talking with the king. "You will help me fight the bulls?" "Not just the bulls, but whenever you need me, I'll be there." "I'm a sorceress," she confessed to him. The morning after, Jason and the Argonauts went to the palace courtyard. Then the king released the gigantic bronze hoof bulls. Jason got scared and his heart started pounding. The bulls were moving their horns and roared. They stamped their metallic hoofs on the ground in a frenzy and, suddenly, charged at him while breathing fire. The Argonauts were watching with bated breath. So was Medea. After a long while, Jason emerged from a cloud of smoke dragging the 2 bulls by the horns. The fire had totally covered him from head to toe, yet he was safe and sound. Medea had provided a magic ointment which he had applied on his body. Therefore, the flames only slipped off his skin without burning him. The king was sitting on his throne and was staring dumbfounded. "How is it even possible?" he said to himself over and over again. "He made it," whispered Medea overjoyed. "Thanks to me." Nevertheless, Eets wouldn't give up so easily. "This helmet is filled with dragon's teeth. You must plow the field using the bulls, so the teeth and, you'll see," the king said to Jason with a smirk. Yet another trap, thought Jason. After sewing the teeth, he hid behind a rock and spied on the field. All of a sudden, the earth tore in two, and 10, 20, 100 warriors sprang up from the furrows, one by one. Orpheus and the Argonauts feared for Jason's life. Medea couldn't take her eyes off him. "I will be shocked if he makes it this time," the king remarked. But Jason knew what had to be done. He moved deftly and carefully, following Medea's advice. He threw a stone at the soldier closet to him and then hid behind the rock once again. The earthborn warrior turned to look but saw no one. He assumed the culprit must have been the warrior standing closet to him, and so he lunged at him, screaming furiously. This was the secret to overcoming the dragon's sons: make them turn against each other. "Well done," the king said to Jason. "Tomorrow you will be able to get the golden fleece." However, what he truly intended to do was to burn Argo and kill all the Argonauts at nightfall. Medea, who had suspected this vile plot, ran to Jason and warned him. "My father will kill you as soon as the day breaks." Then, Jason ordered the Argonauts to prepare the ship to set sail. When night fell, Jason, along with Orpheus, allowed Medea to guide them to the grove entrance. The golden fleece shone so brightly it illuminated the darkness. Suddenly, two eyes flashed in the shadows. "What is that?" asked Jason. "The warden of the golden fleece," replied Medea. At that moment, they heard a terrifying whoosh, and there appeared a monster with a long scaly tail curling into interminable coils. The serpent-looking dragon stretched its long neck, opened its mouth wide, and confronted them. At long last, Jason found himself so close to the golden fleece, but it was impossible for him to grab it. Then, Orpheus took his lyre and started playing, while Medea sprinkled the eyes of the fearsome warden with a magic potion. The monster could no longer keep its eyes open. Slowly but surely, the music enchanted it. Its head moved from side to side and started going lower and lower, until it sank to the ground, sound asleep. Without missing a beat, Jason stretched his arm and snatched the golden fleece. "It's ours. Let's go." They ran down the beach, where Argo was waiting for them. The oarsmen had taken position and were ready for departure. Orpheus and Jason rushed on the ship. But would they leave Medea behind? For Jason's love, she had betrayed her country and her father. "After all I've done for you?" she asked him. "Of course not," he replied, then offered her his hand, and Medea climbed on board. The ship sailed, leaving Caucasus behind. Jason was going back home with the sorceress Medea and the fabled golden fleece, in the hope of reclaiming his throne.